Hi everyone, Piet and Grady here from the Purple House. Today we want to talk about a problem that affects 1 in 10 people in the world, and we're talking about diabetes.
So over nearly 530 million people worldwide, which is 1.5 times the amount of people living in the US
Have diabetes.
have diabetes, type 1 or type 2. Type 1 is when they require insulin, and lots of people died prior to the world finding out about insulin.
In 1920s, when it was first discovered, and then it saved everyone's name. That was perhaps the biggest medical breakthrough ever, other than antibiotics. So just because there is insulin available now and people are not going to die straight away from diabetes, perhaps we're just a little bit too easygoing about it, because every 3 seconds somebody in the world is diagnosed with diabetes, and we ourselves have had friends who died from diabetes, and this is after they lost, their kidneys and their legs, and they went blind. And it's really an awful disease because it burns your body up from the inside out, because when your blood sugar levels are too high, it erodes all your veins and your arteries and all your tissues. So we're just talking today about this is the bad news, right? And it's still increasing, by the way, that every family is affected by it if 1 in 10 people is affected.
Well, the statistics say that about 93% of the population has insulin resistance. Now that's type 2 diabetes, where the cells have been bombarded with insulin far too much due to high sugar levels, and they become resistant to the insulin. Insulin is needed to get the sugar into the cells.
And then you get energy, don't you?
And then they produce energy. But the cells become resistant to that insulin, so the pancreas continues supplying that insulin every time we eat. It produces enzymes and insulin. So the trick is to stop the pancreas, or keep it healthy, by not stimulating it as much. So eating less amounts of times during the day.
And also eating less anyway, because you only need as much food. Let's say if you individually put your hands together like that, so hope you can see it, and you feel the palms of your hand like that, that's the size of your stomach. You only need that small amount 3 times a day. So most people also overeat. And
one of the tricks to do that is to start getting a lot of your energy from fats rather than having all of it from carbohydrates and sugars. Carbohydrates and sugars get our energy levels up very quickly, and then we use them up very quickly. So any spike of blood sugar above 6 is actually causing damage within the
tissues of your body.
The tissues in the blood vessels and the nerves. And when it gets to 10, that's when it's classified diabetes, because that sugar goes out over the kidneys, and it draws water with it, and we pee a lot more. But the question is, can it be reversed? We have clients come to us, can I reverse my type 2 diabetes? And we believe you can, and we've had clients who've done it.
Actually, you had a client Brian. Tell us about Brian, that's so interesting.
Well, Brian, he was,
a high achiever. With
very high achiever, and stress job. He was a
executive
lawyer, but the stress in our body produces adrenaline and cortisone, and that in turn increases our blood sugar levels to give us more energy to run away from the lion or the tiger that's chasing us, which is equivalent to the stress we put ourselves under. But anyway...
So that means you're always running on cortisol and adrenaline.
Yeah, he also loved cooking, this guy. He was...
a good cook, eh?
A good cook, and he loved his sweet things and his pastries, and and he came to me and I said to him, look, you can reverse it. there'll have to be a few lifestyle changes. And I told him to start making a lot more of his energy out of fats rather than sugars.
Because did you tell him how much sugar it was in one slice of bread?
He nearly fell off his chair when I told him that his body can make 6 teaspoonfuls of sugar out of the flour out of one slice of bread, let alone what he puts on it. So I grew up a toast and honey person, and so I was getting lots of sugar, but I grew up on a farm and I used it up. We didn't get fat. We were running around all day. But normally, if that continues when our lifestyle becomes more sedentary, then rot sets in. So the trick is to start including a lot more good fats into your diet, and we make 10 times the amount of energy from molecular fat than we do from molecular sugar.
Anyway, just to get back to the story of Brian, he actually did make a comeback. So he got a really big shock and surprise when Peter said you get 6 teaspoons of sugar from one slice of bread without anything on it, and our body can only handle 4 teaspoons of sugar a day, but on average we eat about 29 teaspoons of sugar, like give or take, with the glass of wine, the fruits we eat, everything else that we put in our mouth. That's all delicious and yummy, right? So you can tell that our bodies just go up the creek from our usual habits. So Brian took himself by the hand, he changed his cooking style. He also took 3 supplements, or 4 actually, that we recommended. Then one is beet flow to detoxify your liver. So your liver, of course,
well, it opens up the bile ducts.
That's right, makes everything work better.
So the waste out of the body is delivered into the intestines where it digests the fats.
Yeah. And that's right. And then this is a really good product called Vitamin Chrome. Tell us a little bit about that, Pete.
It's got chromium picolinate in, which helps assist getting the sugar into the cells. So it reduces blood sugar levels.
So that helps the insulin resistance going on in your body. And then enzymes, we also do recommend enzymes, because your pancreas doesn't just create insulin, it also creates enzymes. And of course, you know, when your pancreas it has to work overtime, it needs a helping hand. By the way, everyone over 40 is running out of enzymes. Everyone over 40 should really supplement with enzymes every day, and Omnizyme is a really great one. Omni means every or all enzymes. It's a really, really good mix that we get from the US. So, and we've used all those products for about 16 years already with good results.
So I sent Brian away with those few products and told him to look up good recipes, keto and paleo recipes. I said you can eat delicious food. Anyway, he thought I had
ruined his
life. He was very down in the mouth when he left my room, but he came back with the
4 weeks or maybe 2 months later.
It might have been a couple of months later, and he came in with his hand extended and he shook my hand. He thanked me very much for saving his life.
Yeah.
And his blood sugar levels were back down to normal. And he, was very grateful for being able to reverse his type 2 diabetes.
And he's still going well. Plus, not only that, he's feeling clearer, brighter, his memory was better. Because, by the way, every time your blood sugar levels go over 7, your memory starts to be affected. So Alzheimer's is another really, really big epidemic, as you know, Pete. So like another thing that you need to worry about, truly. And Alzheimer's doesn't actually happen when you get the diagnosis. It literally starts to happen 30 years before you have the diagnosis. So that is basically now, if you're watching this video. And it's also due to your metabolic problems that everyone has, like, 92% of the population has metabolic problems.
People who have reversed Alzheimer's with coconut oil, having quite a bit of coconut oil. I've said, well, if I get signs of dementia or Alzheimer's, I'll start having a lot of coconut oil, but I should have been started 20 years ago. Probably.
And we do eat
Yeah.
a lot of oils and fats. Pete and I, we eat maximum amount. I eat that many oils and fats that I hit that point where it feels slightly nauseous. And Peter can take a lot more oil. So that is another thing that women, we can't eat as much oil or fat. And I'm talking about good oils and fats like coconut oil, butter, meat fat and all the rest.
Steer clear of all the
Yeah.
vegetable seed oils because they'll destroy your health as well.
But the thing is, women's livers have to do way more tasks than a man's liver. So women also need the support of beet flour to help you digest your fats because you feel nauseous otherwise.
We've also read articles suggesting women over 40 would benefit from taking ox bile, extra bile salts
Yeah, that's
with
right.
meals.
And which we also stock, especially if you don't have a gallbladder, you totally need ox bile.
You do.
For sure, but yeah, if you're struggling with digesting your fats, you might just need to take ox bile for a little while. So don't compare yourself to your spouse, because if I was to compare myself to Peter, it's much easier for Pete to stick to a really good, easy diet with lots of fats. And he just keeps him sustained during the day, whereas my body works a little bit different. I have to really gauge when my body feels happy, when it's the right time to take fats. And Pete and I also eat bone broth every single day, so like 2 or 3 times a week. I make a fresh lot of bone broth and I find it very easy to digest. So that's still got all the good fats, all the goodness that the animals have given us, and that keeps our blood sugars healthy. So the good thing is, yes, your diabetes can be reversed. It's actually very simple, like you just follow our instructions. But it's not easy, okay?
Brian initially came wanting to reverse his diabetes, and he came and for an appointment called a complete health analysis.
Yeah,
and I was able to discover quite a few areas where his body was out of balance and
breaking down.
And he was able to get his body turned around, so his health is.
Also, Pete had another client similar to Brian, and this guy also reversed his diabetes, and then he actually came to Pete because they come for like regular, say, bi-monthly checkups to see if, the 4 wheels are still on the road. And this other guy, he started to have problems with low blood sugar, so he was complaining to Pete that his blood sugars were getting too low, so they went from too high, then they went to too low. So Peter had to make some adjustments and explain what to do to him, and then he is still going really, really strong. So you only have one body. Yes, you can reverse your problems because you have a new body every 12 months. For instance, you have a new liver every 8 weeks. You have new eyeballs every 48 hours. The pancreas might be a bit slower to regrow, and so on. So the bones are even restructured every year, and even your brain is replaced apparently. But the thing is, the old programs that you run your life on, they are harder to swap out, right? So we can give you a blueprint, and the blueprint is very easy, it's not complicated. So that should be a sign of relief, give you relief. But the stickability, that is perhaps the part where you need more support, and we are here to support you. So it is good to have a full biomedics, which is when Peter looks under the bonnet of your car and he can see what's about to give way in your body, or what is, what's gone wrong, and he will tell you exactly what to do about it. And then it's really, really good to at least come like once every 3 months to Pete for a regular checkup. We call it a regular checkup. He looks at your blood again and everything, goes over everything again, just so that your car keeps regenerating a new healthy body without all those sick old programs that are running your cells now. And it isn't your fault. I want you to know that basically it isn't your fault. A lot of this is based on ignorance. We've all been brainwashed. No. We were all born on, I call it planet brainwash, and we were told the wrong things by so many people.
We've been lied to a lot.
That's right. Yeah. And so on top of that, there can be genes, genetic things, but now we know you can switch off your genes as well, and so many other things. So there's still a lot of wiggle room for you to get better. That's really what we want you to know. So I hope you enjoy this. Thanks for being in our community, and for watching and all the rest, for your loyalty, and we really appreciate you being part of our business and our lives. And if you have any questions about your health or something that you want Peter and me to address, please let me know. And in the meantime, wishing you a healthy week, stay warm, look after each other, look after your own body.
Enjoy the start of the winter.
Come and see us at the Purple House Kitchen. It's open today. The kitchen, which is a healthy cafe, is open every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday from 10 to 4. So come and have a nice healthy meal, hang out with yourself or your friends, go for a walk in the forest, and we're here to help you on your path. Thanks and bye for now.